All right, let's get right into it. If you're managing iPhones or iPads in your organization through Google Workspace, then you've definitely heard about the Apple Push Certificate. Today, we're going to walk through step-by-step exactly how to get one set up in your Google Admin Console. It's a super important step, but don't worry, we're going to make it easy.
So what is this thing really? Well, the easiest way to think about it is like a digital handshake. It creates this super secure, trusted link between your company's domain and all those iPhones and iPads you manage. This certificate is basically the key that unlocks all the good stuff in advanced mobile management. Things like being able to remotely wipe a lost phone or push out Wi-Fi settings automatically. Getting this part right is absolutely essential.
Okay, before we even think about jumping into the console, let's do a quick pre-flight check. Seriously, getting these few things sorted out right now is going to make the entire process way smoother. And trust me, it'll help you avoid some really frustrating do-overs. All right, so here's what you'll need to have ready. First up, a Chromium-based browser, like Google Chrome. Next, make sure you have your Apple ID and password handy. And here's a little pro tip for you. Try to use a work email for this Apple ID. It just makes things so much easier down the road for renewals, especially if somebody else has to take over this job from you one day. And last but definitely not least, you have to be signed in with a Google Super Administrator account. No other role will work for this.
Now listen up, because this next part is super important. I really want to stress this. Once you kick off this process, do not, and I'm serious here, do not reload your browser window or click away to some other page. If you do, it can completely break the process and you'll have to start from square one. So let's just stay focused and knock this out in one go, okay?
All right, let's do this. Step 1. We're heading into the Google Admin Console, and our mission is to generate something called a Certificate Signing Request, or CSR for short. This is the very first file we need. It's the one we get from Google that we're then going to give to Apple.
Okay, so once you're logged into the Admin Console, you're going to follow this path. First, click on Devices, then Mobile and Endpoints, then Settings, and finally, iOS. Once you're in there, you should see a section for Apple certificates. Go ahead and click Set up new certificate, and right after that, click Get CSR. This will trigger a download of a .csr file to your computer. Just save it somewhere easy to find, because we're going to need it right away.
So what's actually going on here with these files? It's really just a simple secure exchange. We're handing Apple that .csr file, which is basically our official request. In return, Apple checks it out and gives us back a signed certificate, and that one's a .pem file. That .pem file is the magic ticket. It's what makes that trusted connection official.
And that leads us perfectly into step 2. We've got our .csr file saved and ready. Now it's time to head over to Apple's Push Certificates portal. This is where we make the trade. We give them our request file, and they give us that official signed certificate. So the Google Admin Console actually gives you a handy little link to the Apple portal. So just go ahead and click on that, sign in with your Apple ID, and then click Create a Certificate. You'll have to accept the terms, of course. Then it's going to ask you to upload that .csr file we just saved. So find it, select it, and click Upload. Apple will do its thing, and then all you have to do is click Download to grab your brand new .pem certificate file. Save that, and we're ready to head back to Google.
We're in the home stretch now. For the final step, we just need to pop back over to our Google Admin Console tab and upload the certificate we just got from Apple. This is what closes the loop and makes the connection official.
So back on that same page in the Google Admin Console, the first thing you'll do is type in the Apple ID you just used. What's cool is the console saves this to help remind you when it's time to renew. Next, click Upload Certificate, and then choose that PEM file you just downloaded from Apple. All that's left is to hit Save and Continue, and the system will do its final check and lock everything in place.
And that's it. Just like that, you are done. The certificate is uploaded, it's verified, and that trusted connection between your Google domain and Apple's whole notification system is now live. You are officially ready to start rolling out advanced management for all your iOS devices.
Okay, but there's one really important thing you've got to remember. This certificate isn't a set-it-and-forget-it kind of deal. It's only good for 1 year. Now, the good news is that Google Workspace has your back. It'll send you alerts 30 days, 10 days, and then 1 day before it expires, so you get plenty of warning that it's time to renew. And that brings me to a final thought for you. Those system alerts are great, but why depend on them completely? The real question I want to leave you with is this. Have you already put a reminder in your calendar for next year's renewal? It's such a simple thing you can do right this second that could save you from a huge headache a year from now.